y'all, welcome to a brand new episode of Confessions with Lo. Before we get into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and turn on your post bell notifications. And if you want to send me a submission, the email to do so is always going to be in the description box down below. Okay, let's get into it. So this first one says, Lethal Sneaky Link. She said, hey Lo, I've been watching your channel for a while now. I love to watch your videos. Girl, you're doing amazing. Never stop doing what you're doing. Thank you. Well, I've been wanting to get this off my chest. So what better way to do so than one of your confessions? I did submit this to another YouTuber, but I thought the Lo fam should hear my story as well. Before I hop into the story, I'll give you some background just to give you a full picture. And without further ado, here goes the story. Also, y'all, don't ask me where my glasses are and don't ask me where the iPad is at, okay? Just bear with me, okay? Okay, so she said, for this story, call me Nina. This story is pretty recent, well, almost a year ago, but I'll still give you fake names. I'm from a small city that's known for a lot of gun violence. This is one of the main reasons why I never liked thugs or hood niggas, because my biggest fear was to lose someone I cared for to the streets. Very valid. So boom, about a year ago, I was in this clique full of people, both boys and girls I've known for years, but we never chilled for real until we got older. Sometime last summer, everyone from the clique was posted up on a known block with some other mutual friends. So I ended up going down there with my cousin. At this point in time, I was talking to this nigga. He doesn't really need a name because he isn't brought up much, but for the sake of the story, let's call him EJ. EJ had a brother, and we're gonna call him BD. Me and BD would text before I started talking to EJ, but not on anything serious, but at some point we did exchange numbers through text. All night, BD kept looking at me, and I'm not gonna lie, I was looking back at him because he was fine. Tall, had gear, had curly hair, nice lips, cute smile. He was just fine, and he knew he was. Them is the worst kind of fine niggas. Like, if you know you fine, that's dangerous. Mind you, I already told you we would text before, but this was the first time seeing each other face to face because it was only ever through social media. After everyone left home, me and my cousin decided to call BD on a group FaceTime, and we were talking, and he said, don't one of y'all talk to my brother? Which I denied because laugh my ass off, me and the EJ guy weren't serious. Oh, excuse me. Weren't serious because he didn't do relationships. Wait, I lost my place. And we both already knew what it was. He was just someone to talk to. Fast forward to the end of the summer, BD began to react to my pictures more and swipe up on my stories. Me and EJ weren't talking anymore. We fell off by this point in time. Anyways, we would always talk about linking, but would never go through with it until the beginning of this year. So one day, I had just come home from being out with my cousin and her boyfriend, and BD had texted me like, are you busy? And I had replied no, but a couple minutes later my dad asked me to take him to my uncle. So as I was driving, BD was calling me. He called twice, but I wasn't going to answer no call. I'm on the way at night. I don't know. Basically, I wouldn't answer no call from a nigga while I'm in the car with my daddy anyways. So, me too. Once I parked, I called him back, and he was talking about some text me back what's your address so I could come pick you up. And obviously, I wasn't home, so I ended up telling him I would let him know when I was so he could come by. This took me by surprise because I didn't think we would actually link, and especially wasn't expecting him to apply pressure like that. About 20 minutes later, I let him know I got home. He came, I got in the car, and while we was driving, he kept looking at me. I said, what? And he replied, nothing, you just look good. Ooh, I know that's right. And all I did was smirk. You already know I had to keep it player, right? Anyways, after some conversation, he parked and goes into the store and asked me if I wanted anything. I said no, but before he got out, he grabbed his gun and put it in front of his pants. And I really don't know why that was so attractive to me. Anyways, once he left the car, I took a video just for memories because why not? I wanted to say about 8 minutes later, he came back to the car and asked me if there was anything I wanted to do or anywhere I wanted to go. And I said no, because what was there really to do? We weren't even supposed to be together. He asked then if going to his house was okay with me, and I said yes, because even though he was fine, I knew how to behave. Anyways, we reach his house. We get to his room, and he takes his gun out and puts it on the table where his gaming set is, and I sat on his bed. He offered me something to drink and whatnot, and he laid down, and I can't even lie to you, the whole time we were just kicking it and laughing. He put on some Netflix, and we watched it for a little, and then began to talk about life and how he wanted to get out of our city. He asked me where I was going to move after I graduated. He was already out of high school. We have about a 3-year age gap. He talked about he wanted me to have 10 of his kids. Typical nigga talk, of course. Of course. And as we're talking about the future, he went on to tell me he felt like he was gonna die soon. Of course, I was telling him not to think like that and that he was too young and he still had a whole life ahead of him. And then he proceeded to kiss me. So y'all just over here talking about some deep life shit. He telling you how he feel like he finna die and then he just kiss you in the mouth. Copy. Proceeded to kiss me, and I'm not gonna lie, we were kissing for a while, but nothing past that. We ended up being together till 5 a.m. He drove me home and gave me a kiss before I got out. I commend you for staying strong, sis. I really do. Because y'all was just kissing and I know it was getting hot and steamy and you ain't do nothing. I love that for you. He texted me once he got home, and that's how the night ended. We texted for a little while after that, but let's fast forward to the night we got into it. I want to say it's around 9 p.m., maybe even 10, because I had just gotten off at work at 8, and he texted me if I was home so he could come pick me up, and of course I told him to come get me. You know, I hopped in the shower, got ready, and put on a sexy little set because I was on that type of time. Yeah, you said not the first time, but this time, yeah, you gonna get that. Yeah. Anyways, he comes, I get in the car, we chat and end up at his house. We talk about our day, and not too long after we end up kissing. Girl, this man's tongue was all up in my mouth, and I was laying down with him on top of me. Then he grabbed me by my waist and put me on top of him, and we continued kissing. I only had some sweatpants and a jacket on because, you know, that's easy to slip on and off. He starts sliding down my sweatpants as I'm on top. He whipped it out and was trying to put it in, but I was too tight, so it wouldn't fit. I then laid down and told him to get... She said, I then laid down and told him to give me some head. Now, I don't think I ever told a nigga, give me some head. That's the first. But okay, period. He was eating it as... Okay, hold on, because y'all know y'all like to get vulgar sometimes, and I have to be careful what I say on YouTube for they demonetize this shit. He was eating it while he was then he sat up and continued just staring at me, then back at my coochie as he whipped his thing out. Girl, when I saw that thing, child, not only was he fine, but he was blessed with I'm not finna, okay, she get to describing it. I'm not gonna describe it because that's a little bit too much, but just know she was satisfied. He put it in for, oh my God, I did not realize how vulgar this was. Okay, let me choose my words wisely. He put it in from the side and then switch to all fours. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Then he wanted to do missionary, but that hurts too much. I like it from the better. Anyways, we got done. We chilled and watched some Netflix, and then I went home. My damn Flow app was telling me that I was on my last day of ovulating, so I didn't think much of it. Oh, sis, wait a minute. Is this why his name is BD? Oh, we finna find out. To my period was late, and I wasn't too worried because it usually never comes on the day it's supposed to. Okay, me too. I was 1 day late, and then 2 days late, and then 3 days, 4 days. I was scared because we did it with no condom. Come on, Nina. I hit this man up like, listen, we have to talk. Then my period came the day after. Anyways, girl, let's fast forward to 2 weeks later. We would text, but not all like that. Either I would take long to respond or he would take long to respond, but every time we would run into each other, we would always smirk. He ended up texting me asking me when I was free, and I had told him I was off for the next 3 days, and he asked if he could come see me. I had said yes, but it never went through because I had some things going on. So a week later, he had texted me if I was busy, and I told him no, and he had asked to come pick me up, but I had fallen asleep without texting him back. The next day I woke up, I texted him, then went to work. Anyways, during the last hour of my shift, I felt sick to my head. I felt sick, like my head was pounding and I was overheating. I waited till my shift was over. I clocked out. I left. I got home, laid down, and started looking through Snap stories of one of our mutual friends. And one of our mutual friends posted him with a broken heart. Then my cousin called me and told me that something happened. Wait. BD and another friend had gotten shot while riding motorcycles, and that one of them died, and then one of them was in the hospital. Girl, I cried because I was in shock. I kept refreshing his Facebook because people were posting but weren't saying who passed, and I kept texting him hoping he would text me back, even though I knew he wouldn't. An hour later, everyone started posting RIP BD and long live BD. Girl, I didn't know what to feel. As I was scrolling, I saw a girl post on his timeline saying, "I got our baby for life." Oh, that's why his name BD. Girl, he had a whole baby on the way. They found out it was a girl the day after he passed, hence why I named him BD for baby daddy. It's been a month since he's been gone, and I just had to get this off my chest some way, somehow. I still question what it would have been like if I had been pregnant too. I think about him all the time. There isn't any hate in my heart for him because regardless of how it all played out, he was a cool ass nigga and didn't deserve what happened to him. I still text him like he was here, and before anyone comes at me, no, she wasn't his girlfriend. It was just someone he was messing with on the low. But girl, on the low. But girl, I hope this was a good story. Love your channel and the energy you give. Keep doing you, sis. Wow, that was a lot. First of all, yeah, I hope you're okay. Like, nobody can tell you how to grieve because that was still somebody that was, you know, obviously close to you. Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened. And it's the fact that he was like foreshadowing his death. Like, he felt like he was gonna die soon, and then a little while after he said that to you, he actually got killed. Wow, that's really sad. Whew. I don't think I've ever gotten like a sad story on here, or confession. Oh, I'm so sorry. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. Thank you for sending that in. Prayers go out to you, girl. You were so strong. Ooh, okay. I don't like talking about like death and stuff. So thank you for sending that in. We're going to move on to the next one. I'm gonna put a trigger warning on this just because I read the title when I had first got this like a few weeks ago. It's about assaults from, I haven't read the confession yet, but the title says, "Can a woman R-word a man?" So just a trigger warning for this. If you don't want to listen to this, fast forward, click off the video, but I just wanted to give that warning. So they said, "Hey Lo, I love listening to your stories with my girlfriend. You always make us laugh. I wanted to send in a quick story of my own. She encouraged me. This takes place when I was 15 years old during the summer going into my junior year. Yes, I know it's young, but I graduated early." Oh, dang, I just realized 15 and then you said junior. Wow, that's amazing. Anyways, I was talking to this girl I met at Six Flags. She was 21 years old. That's not a girl, babe. That's a woman. That's a woman. We would talk all day, every day, and yes, at night the conversations would get X-rated. She had her own apartment, so one day after summer basketball practice, instead of going home, she came and picked me up from the school. When I got to her house, I asked her if I could take a shower. She said yes and gave me a washcloth and towel. While I was in the shower, I kept hearing her move around a lot, but I didn't think anything of it until I got out the shower and came out the bathroom and all the lights were off. So I was like, okay, that's weird. I went to her room and she was laying under the covers scrolling on Netflix. When I walked in, she told me to get in the bed, so I did. Her bed was so big and comfortable. She turned on the movie Little Man. About halfway through the movie, she started feeling on me in my downstairs area. I let her do it. Then after about 1 minute, she started to pull her clothes off, and I look at her and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she didn't respond. After she took her clothes off, she started to try to pull my shorts off, but I'm resistant and telling her to chill. I was a virgin. Oh my gosh. I was a virgin and I thought I was ready, but I wasn't. She got mad at me and left the room. When she came back, she had a plate, so I thought she just went and got something to eat. She put the plate on the nightstand, grabbed the... Oh, Lord. grabbed a off the plate, jumped on top of me, and held it to my throat. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared as fuck. She told me to shut up and just go with it. I don't know if I can finish reading this, y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second. So I let everything happen. She pulled out his you know what and started giving him oral. Then we do the do. It was only her on top of him for the rest of the movie. I was so scared because she didn't move when I finished and we didn't use protection. Lord. This is so evil and wicked on so many levels. Like, what? A whole 21-year-old to a 15-year-old. Afterwards, she fell asleep. After about 30 minutes. Afterwards, she fell asleep. After about 30 minutes, and when she fell asleep, I left and walked to one of my teammates' house. She called me about 2 hours later, cursing me out for leaving. I made the mistake of continuing to talk to her until I graduated high school at 17. When I went off to college, I ghosted her. I know I was wrong for that, but I just didn't. First of all, no, you're not wrong for nothing. You're not wrong for anything. You are the victim here. No, well, I don't want to call you a victim because you're not a victim. You're a survivor. You're not wrong for anything. You're not. So I don't want you to say that you was wrong for that. No, you weren't. I was wrong for that, but I just didn't like her anymore after that day. Was I wrong? No, absolutely not. Anyway, I hope you read it, and if you like it, I have a couple of stories on my channel. I'm gonna put that channel name right here. I would have more stories up, but my camera is broken. The next story time will be about how my friends and I got banned from Steak and Shake. First of all, let me just say, if y'all seen the video about my experience, y'all already know how I feel about this subject, so that's why it was kind of like really hard for me to read that. You're not wrong for anything that you did at all. Like, at all. You were manipulated. No, you were young. You can't even consent at that age. Like, no, this was so wrong on so many levels. The fact that it seemed like she was trying to like trap you, like, I don't like any aspect of this story time. I'm glad that you did eventually cut off all communication with her, and I'm gonna just say, keep the comments cute for this confession. If you feel like you got something bad to say, don't say anything at all. For real, y'all already know how I feel about stuff like this, so I'm gonna just say I got time today if you try to act up and say something bad about this confession, because this was awful, this was sad, and sometimes people just be getting beside themselves. So unless you want to get cussed out by me, don't say anything. Keep it cute. If you don't got nothing positive or uplifting to say about this, just don't comment at all. I'm so dead ass serious. So yeah, thank you for sending in that confession. That took a lot of courage for you to actually like type all of that out and actually want me to read that out loud. I'm here for you if you ever want to talk. I know that's like really tough to deal with and go through life with, and I'm still working on, my trauma still to this day, and that happened to me years ago. So but to answer the question, yes, a woman can assault a man. It's not just men doing that to women. And I feel like it's so sad because when that does happen to a man, it's not taken seriously. It's not. It's like guys will be like, man, what you complaining for? You got some cat. Like, no, that, like, a man can get assaulted. Like, absolutely he can. By a woman or a man. It's not just, Whew, that was a lot. But thank you so much for sending that in. I really do mean that. And I hope that you do keep telling stories on your channel, and I appreciate you, and I'm with you, and I'm just glad that you got out of that. So yeah. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna read one more, and that's gonna be that, because that was really heavy. So this one says, had him take me to a D appointment. Hold on. Okay, so she said, hey Lo, your stories are everything. Thank you for sharing mine to your platform. You're welcome. So she said, this story takes place in New Year's of 2022. Let's get these names cleared away. My husband will be Kyle and the other guy, Derek. Yes, I know, just terrible. I just had a baby a few years earlier and was still going through PTSD. My husband left me 2 months into my pregnancy and started talking to a whole new girl. Now, Kyle. I don't like that, Kyle. This girl was a fucking pill popper. Let me not act all innocent. I was talking to my ex, but we were strictly friends. He had a girl and I knew... Oh, he had a girl and knew I was married. I would always give Kyle access to my phone and would only talk to the ex around him. Fast forward, I would always give Kyle access to my phone and would only talk to the ex around him. Okay. Fast forward, I cut off my ex, the baby is here, and we moved in with his parents despite me not wanting to. I would never, ever recommend moving in with your in-laws. Never. 0 out of 10. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. As we were there, his parents would make my PTSD worse by not calling me by my title when referring to me to my child. Like, who the fuck is her? Wait. Not calling me by my title when referring to me to my child. Oh, so like they wasn't saying like you was the mama? Ew. We eventually moved out because I got tired of all the endless conversations of me feeling as if my child was being groomed to disrespect me, his mother. I started back talking to this guy I knew from high school and started feeling as I needed revenge. I told Kyle I wanted to sleep with Derek. He was in his feelings until I reminded him how he wanted his cake and was eating it too. I was a dumbass when it came to Kyle. He was getting neck from pill popper and pregnancy sex for me. Wait a minute. That's not funny. That's not funny. Derek had booked a flight to come to my city. He rented out a room and I flaked on him. He came back a month later on New Year's and I had Kyle drive me to the hotel. Derek had on hella cologne, so that scared me. We ended up eating pizza and reminiscing for 2 hours because Kyle put me on a time frame. To this day, Kyle still thinks I slept with him. I don't give a flying fuck. Why don't I just leave? That's a whole nother story, and this one was long as fuck. I'll just insert a picture of my little family and I. Please don't share it. I would never share y'all pictures. Y'all cute. Oh, your son is so handsome. First of all, sis, it's a lot going on. So Kyle knew he was taking you to the dick appointment with Derek, but it really was not a dick appointment with Derek because y'all just was laid up talking and eating pizza for 2 hours. But Kyle still think that you and Derek was doing the do. I want to say something, but I don't know what to say. Because I kind of want to say you dead ass wrong. But Kyle was out here doing his dirt. And my thing is, when somebody do something to you, you don't get to tell that person how they should react to how you do something. I mean, when somebody do something to you, you don't get to tell that person how they should react in response to what you did to them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you do me dirty and play in my face, you don't get to tell me how I should react to that because you did this. You feel what I'm saying? This hitting a little too fresh at home for me, so I'm gonna just chill with that. But yeah, so y'all even now at this point, in my opinion, maybe you should just leave. I'm not one to like tell somebody like end a relationship, end a marriage, whatever, because I don't know what y'all got going on behind closed doors. I'm gonna just say I hope y'all figure stuff out But at the end of the day, now that y'all got a kid like involved in this, and that's an innocent baby who didn't ask to be here, y'all got to do what's best for the kid at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so bump what Kyle think, bump what you think, what's best for baby boy. You know? I'm sure you already feel like that, but that's just my little 2 cents. So yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. That was the last confessions. Keep sending them in. We're gonna keep talking about it. If you made it to the end of this, thank you so much. I fuck with you the long way, but you already knew that. You already knew that. So let's make sure that we are subscribed before we click off the video though, right? You subscribe. I know you subscribe, but just double check for me. You good? All right, bet. Give this video a thumbs up so more people can join the family. Leave me a comment down below. Turn on them post bell notifications. And if you want to send me a confession, what you gonna do? You gonna go to the description box, look at the email, and then email me, right? Bet. Okay, so I'm gonna see y'all next week for 2 brand new videos.